So we got Gervota Davis taking on Yuriorkis Gamboa this weekend. This is one of the few PBC fighters, although he's obviously promoted by Floyd Mayweather. He is still a PBC guy as well. One of the few of them who's still fighting on Showtime. Now, he's coming off a string of early knockout wins. Gamboa is also coming off a winning streak himself, but I've really lost touch with Gamboa's career over the past few years. The last time I saw him, he looked absolutely terrible. The last couple of times I've seen him, actually, he looked terrible. He looked washed up. So if we take a look at Gamboa's recent fights here, he's only got 2 losses on his record. Of course, the first loss was to Terence Crawford. But since then, Gamboa was down against Rene Alvarado. He lost to Castellanos. And of course, he was down in that fight as well. He was down against Jason Sosa. Majority decision against Alexis Reyes. So in his past couple fights, he did beat Miguel Beltran Jr. and Roman Martinez, who'd seen better days himself. So I'm not particularly impressed by Yuriorkis Gamboa's form. Yes, he was a talented fighter once upon a time, but even at his best, Gamboa was chinny. Yeah, you go back and look at Gamboa's early career, he was always wobbled or whatever the case may be, never had a great chin. And at 38 years of age, he's stepping in there against a Gervota Davis who is a tremendous puncher, who's young, maybe doesn't live the life all the time outside the ring, but at his age, 25, he's probably, fresh enough to be able to recover from his outside the ring antics and give Yuriorkis Gamboa the business in the ring. Now, Gamboa, of course, is one of the most experienced people, if not the most experienced in terms of top level that Gervota Davis has fought. So it's going to be interesting to see if Gamboa can, get Gervota Davis with any decent shots, if he can be a bit wily and tricky in there and give him some issues. Really and truly, this is a fight which is supposed to be a Gervota Davis showcase. It's a name in Yuriorkis Gamboa, but he's a guy at 38 who his best years are well and truly behind him. He's always been a bit chinny. Gervota Davis, the big puncher, should be able to come in there and get an impressive stoppage. That is what this fight is set up to do. That's why they've made it. It's interesting. You've got the likes of Leonard Ellaby in, recent months coming out criticizing Eddie Hearn for his matchmaking with regards to the AJ Ruiz fight. But Ellaby's looking at it from the perspective of taking the right fights at the right time and avoiding certain fights if a style matchup is bad for your fighter. That's not the mentality that we expect champions to have. Yeah, if you are guiding a prospect, fair enough. Take the right fights at the right time and all that kind of business. But as boxing fans, don't we want champions to fight the very best out there? We do, right? So when Leonard Ellaby is saying the things that he's saying, bad matchmaking from Eddie Hearn, it's really not a bad reflection on Eddie Hearn. It's a bad reflection on Leonard Ellaby. Because if he was managing AJ, he wouldn't have taken the Ruiz fight. No, if AJ is claiming to be the best in the world, I want to see him fight everybody. That includes all the top contenders. That includes the Andy Ruizes, as well as the Wilders and Furies, the Usyks. I want to see him fight everybody. I like that kind of spirit in a fighter where he's like, I want to take on all comers, come what may. And if I've got an O, I'm not afraid to let the O go, as Keith Thurman used to say. Whereas the likes of Leonard Ellaby, he doesn't have that kind of mentality. He's all about maneuvering his fighter away from potential dangers and all that kind of stuff, which from a managerial perspective, in terms of making money, it makes sense. But as a fan who just wants to see the best gladiators fight the best gladiators, it's a little frustrating because, of course, what am I alluding to here? I'm alluding to Gervota Davis ducking the Vasyl Lomachenko fight. That's what he did. That's what his team had him do. And if you're a champion, you should be willing to get in there against another champion. Again, it's a bit different if you're a prospect and you're trying to get up to a world level, you're trying to maneuver yourself into a world title shot. At that stage, I can understand you, maybe avoiding certain fights and eventually getting to the top. I can understand it. But not when you're a champion. At that stage, you should be willing to fight all the other champions, no questions asked. Yeah? Gervota Davis, at least as far as his team goes, wasn't willing to do that. And they're moving in the very same direction in terms of picking the right fights at the right time, picking names and stuff like that to make Gervonta Davis look good without necessarily fighting all the best guys. Same thing here with the Yuriorkis Gamboa fight. If Gamboa comes out and gives Davis serious problems or pulls off a massive upset and wins the fight, then all kudos to him. But he really shouldn't be winning the fight. He really shouldn't be giving Gervonta Davis too many issues. As I say, it's supposed to be a showcase for Davis. That's what this fight is supposed to be. And that's what I'm expecting, to be honest with you. I'm expecting Davis to come in there and chin this guy. Yeah, Gamboa may still have some hand speed there, little bit of power there. His defense has never been great. Chin has never been great. So, I'm only expecting this fight to go one way. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I selling this fight short? Are you guys looking forward to this one? Again, some people might be thinking of the Gamboa of old when he was in his early 30s rather than his late 30s. I struggle to see, what he can really bring to the table at this stage based upon his recent performances where he's, been looking more shaky than ever. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's Hatman, I'm out. Hatman merch is now available. We got t-shirts, vests, hoodies, and more. Just click the link below.